Hello, everybody! Welcome back to another riveting episode of Buggy Reviews. Today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at Suicide Squad Isekai. Now, people that know me know I love my fair share of anime, and I also love Harley Quinn. You know, I am a die-hard fan for her. I'm not a stan, I am a fan. I don't like a lot of the stuff they do with her, you know. So, and one of those things about animes that I like, I am a sucker for a good isekai, you know. I eat that crap up like potato chips, you know. I know it's a overplayed genre that people don't quite like, because it kind of follows a set of tropes that's kind of ridiculous. There's only maybe a few that ever break the mold of it, but for me, I like it. I'm just naturally drawn to it. You know, I am within the target audience, I guess. I don't know. So when I see that there is a isekai with DC characters in an anime, and this is completely made by Japan itself, with only WB kind of giving them some stuff here or there, whatever, I am all in for it. So now, let's explain this a little bit. What is an isekai? An isekai is a story where protagonist winds up in another world. How they get through that world varies from show to show, but that's the usual premise. They wind up in this world and they're trying to either stop the big evil or live their lives or whatever, and sometimes they get like an ability or something that makes them overpowered. That's the general vibe of it usually, but that's how it goes, and that's kind of what we got with Suicide Squad Isekai. They are taking the Suicide Squad and implementing it through an isekai level of tropes. You know, not so up there, but, you know, it does the job. You know, and I would say this is I'd say it handles it without going too far into it, I guess. It plays around with it, you know. Now, the basic premise is that, Amanda Waller has discovered this other world and is sending the Suicide Squad in there to, you know, get some stuff set up because the government wants to exploit this new world for resources, as per government stuff to do. You know, pretty reasonable. And, you know, the squad is there to try to find, you know, try to establish some stuff, try to establish a building, and they kind of get roped up into this conflict with the various factions of this new world, you know. It's very, fantasy-esque, you know. Standard, monsters and dragons and knights and magic spells and all this stuff, you know. And it even has effects on the characters themselves, as per isekai tropes, each of the characters start to develop a sort of ability in a sense, you know, like King Shark, he winds up having a super fast regeneration factor that almost makes him nigh unkillable. Harley Quinn develops an ability to just have insanely strong super strength when she's using a weapon. Clayface, he can his abilities are more amplified up to the max, so on and so forth, you know. And it also is expanded on when we introduce other characters, you know. The basic roster of this team is you have Harley Quinn, you have Deadshot, King Shark, Clayface, Peacemaker, and then you have Rick Flag kind of leading this little team. You know, there are other characters we see in the DC universe. You know, we see Katana, we see Ratcatcher, we see Enchantress and Killer Croc. You know, we see members of other members of the Suicide Squad. You know, we get a nice little mixture of pure comic and then some stuff that's kind of a bit of a mixture from things you've seen in the movies. You know, but yeah, there's also some side characters You know, we have Joker in there for a little bit. We have Amanda Waller, obviously. But then, you know, you have the characters on the, you know, the Isekai world. You know, this princess and how she's influenced by the squad and their behaviors. You know, it runs very much like a... Well, it has a... It's just like the squad just really doesn't care a whole lot. They're just trying to do their, like, job, you know? And the way they play it off is... they get sent in, they're trying to do their thing, but with the way this works is they have to get to a signal tower because the way Amanda Waller's rigged their explosives in their heads, because per Suicide Squad lore, you're a criminal, you get a bomb planted in your head, you don't follow, you die. And in this one, they make it to where they have to return to a tower every 72 hours, otherwise, boom, they die, you know. So it adds a little extra level of tension without having to rely on something like Amanda Waller getting angry or something else like the bad guys getting a hold of the squad's bombs, you know, something stupid and cliche like that. You know, it adds a little time limit tension to it, you know. And then, of course, we kind of get a reveal of, as like we peel back the curtains, that there's more, a little bit more going on with the story of the squad and like what's the real mission. You know, when we see these other characters, it's like, wait, why are these other guys here? Like, what's actually the real mission? You know, we kind of play around with it, and I don't know, they definitely leave enough stuff out there for a season 2. I don't know if they're gonna do it at the time of this recording. There has not been anything that's said of it yet, but I hope so, because this was a fairly good little show, you know? It knew what it wanted to be. It was just a bunch of wild, wacky characters put in a situation in a isekai world to jump in and have a little bit of fun. You know, Harley Quinn is actually probably this is her most recent media interpretations. They always break her off from Joker the first chance they get, and they never really let that happen. But in here, they are actually embracing her connection with the Joker. Like, she is still, like, Team Joker. Like, they have not done the full split off yet. And it's kind of crazy to think about it, because they haven't done that for Harley in such a long time in these adaptations. So just to see a Harley Quinn who is head over heels in love with Joker and, like, ready to die for him at a moment's notice, you know, it's there. They haven't quite shown in this one, like, the abuse angle of Joker and Harley. Not yet. I think if they were gonna do that, I think they would save that for the second season if they ever make it, you know. But it was quite interesting, and like, Harley doesn't really overtake it as much. Like, she has moments, but she's there. But they kind of know when to use her, you know, to keep her kind of in line to a degree. You have Clayface, which they do a pretty cool thing with him. Like, they give him his human form, and he kind of looks like Michael Jackson a little bit. You know, the fedora, the white suit, and they play up him being an actor because it's the Basil Carlo version. You know, he knows all the tropes of the isekai, and he's trying to be like, oh, this is totally how it's gonna happen. You know, and they have a little bit of fun with that. Peacemaker is just Peacemaker. You know, crazy guy will do anything for the mission for world peace, and, you know, it's simple. King Shark, if you've seen the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie, this is pretty much the same. He's just a simple boy, like, just wanting to eat and do whatever, and then that's kind of it. Deadshot, they really didn't do much with that guy. I at least applaud them for not reusing the same tired trope of, oh, I gotta do this for my daughter or whatever. He's still like an assassin doing his thing, and that's pretty fine. I'd say he's kind of the most stale out of the group. And Rick Flag, you know, It's kind of funny with him because he's just trying to mother hen all of the Suicide Squad to kind of do the job that he's trying to do. And it's very difficult because he's got to wrangle these personalities in. He's got to negotiate with the other factions of the Isekai world that are warring with each other, you know, and they all kind of get roped into it, you know. But yeah, that's kind of like the basic stuff for their characters. Nothing, like, some of it is refreshing to see, some of it's just like, you know, it's bog standard, nothing extravagant or nothing like insulting. It's like, it's serviceable. It is very serviceable. A lot of the action is pretty fun. You know, the music's pretty good. The animation is really good because it's the same studio that did Spy X Family and among other stuff, because it's with Studio. So, you know, really high quality stuff. The music's pretty good. I would say it's an overall good little time. If you're into DC and you like some anime and you don't mind doing an isekai thing, I would say this is a show you could check out. You know, like a good one. It's not gonna like maybe say, oh, this is the greatest thing ever in all of existence, or make you think, oh, this is the worst thing ever. It's very enjoyable. Maybe a little bit forgettable depending on your preferences. I like it, but I admit I am biased as fuck when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, you know, that's how it is there. But I would say, if you like all those things, you'll probably have at least an enjoyable time. There's only about 10 or so episodes, and they all run about 30 to 40 minutes a pop. So, I mean, if you were to binge it, you wouldn't be really disappointed with it. And, you know, I say overall, even though they tease stuff for a season 2, you feel like you've got a pretty decent completed story where you don't feel like you're gonna miss a whole lot if they never continue it. You've got enough of it where you're like, you know what, I'm still good. It'd be nice if they continued it, but I'm not in a super need for it, you know? And I think that's all I'm gonna really say for there. There's not a whole lot to really blather on about without going into like spoilers. I would say I would recommend it if you are obviously in the DC anime and whatnot, and you kind of want to see what is going on. I would obviously go for the Japanese subs because that's just better for me. You know, never really went for the dub. I tried to check it out, wasn't really my thing. Some of the voices didn't really click for me. But yeah, I went for the subs. It's better for me there. But that's up to you. But yeah, have you seen Suicide Squad Isekai? What are your thoughts on it? Please leave it down in the comment section below. Also, if you have anything you want me to check out in the realm of superheroes, please leave it down in the comment section below. I am looking into other stuff like Invincible and whatnot. There are other stuff I'm going to look into for videos. I am trying to branch out a little bit in what I cover, at least in the superhero genre. But yeah, with that being said, thank you all for coming along. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye.
The dust and stone, when the echoes of battles are overthrown. Born in the forge of a distant land, Bob emerged with a shovel in hand. With a heart full of dreams on a journey he'll pledge through the galaxy's wide, on shovel's edge, seeking a place where he can belong, but rise through the stars, play the hopeful song. From the rubble he rose with purpose.